Hi folks, this is Elsa Richards. Today we are going to set up Dotfiles on our Mac machine. I am using ZSH as my shell and I had already uploaded a video to configure iTerm using my ZSH and power level 10K. This is how my iTerm looks right now. Now, I want to enable simple shortcuts, aliases, environment variables and some customized functions for my personal use. Above features can be achieved using ZSH RC file and ZSHN files. But I don't like that approach. I usually like to keep all my aliases, environment variables, functions separate from each other and maintain them in their respective files, which can be done using Dotfiles. I have been using Dotfiles with Bash shell and I would like to use the same set of Dotfiles with ZSH. Before getting into Dotfiles, first review how Dotfiles look like. Let's go to my GitHub account. I will put all the links in the video description. This is a repo which I had forked from the user Mythius. He had put a very profound list of files and configuration, as you can see. Different files containing different set of configuration for simple management. As you can see, he has also published the warning along with the Dotfiles. Dotfiles are very powerful, as user can do all sorts of things without interacting with the machine. So, choose wisely and think twice before you copy someone else's Dotfiles. I have created a very simple version of Dotfiles which I have put up in my personal repo. You are most welcome to fork the repo and remove unwanted configuration and put it to use. Let's now go over some Dotfiles. I keep all the forks in my forks folder. I have forked both the repositories. Let's open the forks folder in Sublime Text Editor. Dotfiles folder is the profound repository which contains lots of configuration which I doubt normal user would ever use. This is Bash profile which we don't use, as we are using ZSH shell and using ZSH RC config file. This is our aliases file which contains quite useful information and good to have in your aliases. You can always edit and add more aliases. Exports file contains all the exports like Java Home, Android Home, etc. Functions usually contain customized functions which you want to run through shell. This is my personal Dotfiles folder. This is my alias file. I have copied most of the aliases and add some custom aliases. For example, alias to change directory to my forks or alias to start a Python virtual environment. You can configure many more. Functions file contains few functions which I use rarely, but they are pretty handy to have. Let's go to ZSH RC file in the root folder. Please note I have already cloned the personal Dotfiles repo in the root folder. Now, we want to configure ZSH RC file to use personal Dotfiles. This will keep my personal configuration separate from ZSH configurations, which are pain in itself to manage. When I was using Bash shell, I used to load same set of Dotfiles in Bash profile. Let's copy same lines of code and put them to ZSH RC file. This shall load all Dotfiles during ZSH startup. I had already copied the lines of code. Once you do it, you need to restart your iTerm or source ZSH RC file. Now let's try out some aliases. CDR takes me to my repos directory. CDF takes me to my forks directory. Path is giving system path. Note my first path in the sys path is Python virtual environment path. Let's deactivate it and activate the virtual environment again using an alias py3. As you can see, it worked. For iTerm appearance and ZSH configuration, please watch my previous video. I have mentioned the link in the comment. Thanks for watching.